What's up, guys? How you doing? I'm Paul.
I'm Morgan.
In today's video, you are asking your husband juicy questions girls are too afraid to ask. Emphasis on juicy. There's some juicy ones.
There are some juicy ones, so I'll just say disclaimer before I read a question that is very juicy.
It's more on the steamy side.
Yes.
But they're not all like that. There's some good ones that definitely apply to someone in the dating phase that's just curious what's going on in a guy's brilliant mind. So
brilliant, questionable.
That's true. That's true. All right, pumped to get right into these. First, though,
if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. We give commentary on culture, social issues, and faith to help you be in the world,
but of the word, and we've been doing more relationship videos as well. Shout out to our patrons. We will have a patron Zoom call coming up this month, so stay tuned. If you guys want to become a part of the Patreon community, click the link in the description. We do patron-only Zoom calls,
patron weekly encouragements,
and we have a patron Discord that you guys can jump in and be part of that.
All right, without further ado, let's get into it.
Let's go. Hit me with the first one.
What are the things guys pay attention to in the very first dates?
All right, I do feel like I'm a good one to speak on this because I went on a lot of first dates.
Yes, you did. A lot.
More than most of my friends.
Would you say 500?
No. Are you being serious? I went on a good amount of first dates because I was looking for my wife. For me, it looked like a lot of first dates. I can say, I'm just going to keep it real with you guys, okay? When the woman pulls up, typically I would, my kind of style was I'd meet the girl at the restaurant, say we went to Panera. So, you notice what the girl's wearing.
Yes.
And how she looks.
Yes.
And then communication is a big one. So is the girl, I'm not saying she has to be this super confident person, but is she confident enough to have a good conversation, to, her posture, what's her posture like? Is she getting out of her car and she's just like really hunched over and looks insecure? Or does she look like she's, she knows who she is to an extent?
Mm-hmm. And let's just go ahead and state it. Paul's not speaking for every man in this universe, okay?
I'm not.
Just one man, so take it or leave it.
So guys in the comment section, let the ladies know, do you agree with my answers or do you see things a little bit differently? But I do feel like many of the things I'm going to share are pretty safe, pretty safe. Does she ask questions? I went on one date and the girl was on her phone quite a bit. That's a turnoff.
No.
It was.
All right, very good.
Also when the faith topic, I didn't really wait around.
No, he did not.
So I like to get the ball rolling is in kind of deeper conversation, the deeper questions. So I would often... interrogation. Now that's a really strong word. Did you feel interrogated, baby?
Yes, I did, and I told you that.
Come here. You smell like coconut.
Oh, that's good, because I ate a lot of garlic, so...
Did you try to mask it with coconut somewhere?
No.
Ladies, I'm not trying to put the pressure on you. Be yourself, okay? Be yourself, and if it works, it works. If it clicks, it clicks. But I would try to ask the deeper questions, and if I asked, a faith question, and the girl very quickly, kind of shut it down or changed topics, or her answer was super, short and shallow.
Right.
You guys notice that are serious about looking for a Christian woman.
All right, on to the next question. How do guys really feel about postpartum bodies? Scars, stretch marks, saggy skin, belly?
Posty bods. That's what we guys call them. Posty bods.
What are you going to say to that, buddy? 3 months postpartum over here.
Okay. Here's the thing. You have done a great job. But it's kind of like postpartum, this question would be for married couples, assuming that you did it the right way, had your children within wedlock. But no, there are some relationships where, and it's not just the woman, one of the parties kind of lets themselves go. Let's just be real.
One of the parties.
One of said parties lets themselves go some, and suddenly the person you married is, say, 60 pounds heavier than they were when you married them. It can be challenging. And since this question is specifically for the guy, again, it could go both ways. For the guy, sometimes that can be something that's, speaking for myself, that would be a challenge.
Yeah. And, you know, like, it's one thing if it's a pregnant woman. It's another thing if she's no longer pregnant.
If she's
just chowing down on
if
things.
this is 9 months after the baby, and it's like, wow, huh?
She's gained more weight since being pregnant.
But I will say, I think that there's a lot of grace and just like appreciation in a mature spouse. Wow, my wife just had a baby, and now there's some stretch marks. I look at her and she delivered my son. Yeah, and she's also mindful of what she eats, and she's taking care of herself, and she still has some stretch marks. Praise the Lord. If there's some extra loose skin, but she's taking care of herself, that's kind of like where my mind goes.
Yeah,
she's making efforts, not making a ton of excuses. My mind went to like, oh, I can't lose the weight, and then shoving Oreos, and they're continuing it.
All right, well, you know, that is just Paul's opinion, so ladies, don't, you know, go crazy.
Don't you be hating haters. I don't want to see you here in the comment section just ripping into me.
And I'll just speak for a woman. I mean, I'm just going to say, if my husband out of nowhere gains 50, 60, 70 pounds, it wouldn't be easy for me because I'd be like, what are you doing?
If the haters go after this video and go after me, you better include that. Okay? Morgan just said husband gains weight. She would say, what are you doing? Put that in your all's hate video.
Because he's just like not taking care of himself. Whatever. Okay. Anywho.
Where were we?
Do pilgrim dresses, as they say, actually attract the guy? I'm all for modesty. Just curious.
All right.
I don't understand this question.
Immediately, my mind is like, guys tend to like dresses.
Okay.
And whether it's the different styles of dresses, you had a dress that I would consider kind of a pilgrim dress, khaki color and longer.
Oh, yeah.
And it was pretty. Mm-hmm. So I think guys tend to like dresses. And a Christian guy is going to appreciate a pretty dress that's not overly revealing.
Right. Modest is hottest. Modest is hottest. Sincerely your dad. Rip.
R.I.P. that song.
What are things your wife does that makes you more attracted to her?
One. All right, let me come up with a few of these. Can you name a few?
No. This is your thing.
But you
hair down.
Name a couple that you're very confident with.
Hair down.
But that's subjective. There are guys that like ponytails.
Right, so I'm just answering for you.
Yep.
Not a ton of baggy clothes.
I'm not a fan of the real baggy stuff.
Which is a bummer because that is very much the style these days. Baggy jeans, baggy shirts.
I like to see clothes that, in my opinion, compliment her. Not going too far, but do compliment her.
He said he doesn't want me looking like a 12-year-old boy.
Now, that's true. I am attracted when she brings up spiritual things, when she brings up what she's been reading in the Word, when she prays out loud, when she prays for me. Seriously.
When I eat healthy.
That's so true.
Some of these people are gonna be like, wow.
Also, when she comes over and maybe when I'm watching the Celtics, she comes over and maybe hangs out a little bit or gets a little bit excited. Like she's got her team now and she's got her favorite player, and it allows us to have something there that she could just as easily be like, I don't care about basketball, but she's actually doing it for me, and she's come to actually enjoy it a little bit.
It's true.
Stuff like that.
Go Giannis! Fear the deer!
Fear the deer. Hey guys, before you get to the next question, if you enjoy these types of videos, if you're having fun, help out those algorithms. Seriously, give it a thumbs up. It means a lot.
Next question. Do guys pee in the shower?
This is a timeless, age-old question. It varies. Similar to peeing in a pool. There are some guys, when you bring it up, they're like, oh, no, I would never. And then the other half or whatever percentage are like, oh, yeah. I think it's a mixture. It's not all guys, but it definitely is some guys.
Disclaimer.
Okay, disclaimer.
How is sex when your wife is on her period for a man?
That's kind of an intimate question. We typically will wait till it's like the tail end. Mm-hmm. If we... it's a little different. I mean, there's a movie from the mid-2000s, There Will Be Blood. It's a very intense movie. But it's kind of like, are one or both parties squeamish? If so, that may not be something that you guys do. If the squeamishness is not really there, but again, there's like the heaviest.
Yeah, ain't nothing happening on those days.
But maybe right at the beginning or towards the end can happen sometimes, and it's just I refer to the movie.
Yes.
There will likely be blood.
Oh my god.
Come on, are we mature enough to handle it, guys?
All right. Next question. Why do guys stick their hands in their pants like when they're just sitting on the couch?
That is a fascinating question. You know what? I have noticed, like, just growing up, there was a lot of that, specifically the sports teams and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, literally, I'm like, I kind of wish this picture wasn't in my head, but I'm just picturing, I don't know, being on the soccer field, and you just look over and the guy would have his hands in his pants.
What is that about?
I really, at least from my kind of knowledge and experience, I don't think there's anything sexual there, but maybe I'm being naive, but I tend to think it's guys just kind of do that.
Just like a random, like, relaxed comfort thing of just placing my hands here.
Yeah. Hey, I guess a lot of the times it was kind of cold outside during soccer games, so the hands would kind of go in the pants. But just sitting on the couch, I mean, hopefully guys would kind of grow out of it.
No, there are some men who just like lay on the couch and like.
I don't really know what's going on there. Have I done it? Yes. So I don't know. It's a mystery.
I've never seen you do that.
Okay, good.
Next question. Honest thoughts on hair down there. Waxing is expensive and shaving is itchy after 1 to 2 days.
All right, I'm just going to give my honest thoughts. Okay? Maybe there should be a little disclaimer if this makes you... Yeah. And then I'd be curious to get your thoughts, actually, for guys. But I went into marriage and the first time that we made love. And it was one of those things where I think growing up, I just did not... It's kind of like guys have hair, girls don't. That was literally kind of my thought process. Even though I'd done some sex research, so I guess but part of me was just kind of like, no, girls just don't. Yeah. So it was like, okay, girls definitely have hair down there. But very quickly, I have a friend whose wife did complete hair removal, so she's got nothing. And I think he likes that. I think other guys, in general, men appreciate it being groomed. But I think most men are very fine with, it's just part of the female body. Hair is hair, and there's nothing weird about that. What do you think with guys?
Natural.
Yeah.
I think same. Just keep it groomed. Don't go crazy and be gross. Keep it maintained. All right, disclaimer. Do guys care about aftercare? What about foreplay?
Okay, it's my understanding that aftercare is after love has been made, and then it's kind of like the checking in and so forth. So let's start with aftercare.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I don't think aftercare is that big of a deal for guys. I think perhaps more for girls, for wives. Is it not that big a deal for you either?
I don't really care.
Once the deed has been finished, the beautiful intimacy has been finished, I would say there's something nice about not just immediately like, all right, pants back on. Yeah. I'll see you later.
Bye.
I'm going upstairs to read a book.
Yeah.
But like kind of take it slow and maybe some kisses on the forehead or just whatever. But I don't think it's like that big of a thing.
Yeah. Or just saying that was really nice.
Yeah.
Or I love you.
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah.
Lovey communication. Foreplay, I would say, is a big deal for the man or the woman. I honestly think foreplay can't be stressed enough.
It's true.
Women need it big time, and you're just going to have to decide with your wife how long should it look before she's really warmed up. But I think most men probably should increase the time of foreplay with their wives. Wives, too, can grow in that area and learn how to stimulate the man through foreplay.
Right, just because the man can get like more ready to go into the deed doesn't mean that like he doesn't really deeply desire / enjoy / need.
Well, and his body won't respond really well to it because naturally I think our bodies appreciate the buildup of anticipation, the starting with warming each other up intimately and then moving towards the climax.
Next question. What are some things men wish ladies did more often?
That's a good question. I think this would be a good question for both like males and females to answer, but here's two that I got. One, I think guys really appreciate it when a woman recognizes like something that the guy is doing well. So if the guy, like husband for instance, is working hard to provide for the family, it could be kind of easy, I think, for the woman to just get in a rhythm of like, I can expect this from my husband. Mm-hmm. He should be doing that. But it means a lot when regularly she's like, thank you for the work you do for the family.
Yeah.
So just verbal affirmations. My second one would be kind of how I mentioned you coming and sitting on the couch while I watch a basketball game. I just know I have a friend who super loves doing sports, and his wife, she doesn't love it as much, but she's out there playing pickleball with him or playing tennis with him or going on a jog or walk with him. That can look a lot of different ways, but even if the woman, like that's not totally her jam, saying, my guy likes it, so I'm going to do it with him. And I would say a good amount of the time she enjoys it maybe more than she thought she would.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I've heard you say, like, Paul, I just like, in so many words, you say, I like making you happy. And that should be any relationship. That should be the guy saying that to the girl saying that to the guy. So even if it's not the thing you love, there should be some enjoyment there.
Yes, there is.
And I like making you happy.
Yes.
So I'm going to sit here and scratch your back while we watch one of your shows.
Our shows.
That is a good way to end this video. It's mutual love and respect, baby. Guys, comment below. Let us know what you thought of those answers. Guys, let the ladies know if you agreed with me. Ladies, did any of the answers surprise you? I'd be curious. And also, if you guys want to see a part 2, I don't know if we plan on making a part 2 immediately, but I could definitely see one in the near future, so you can drop your questions below. All right, love you guys very much. Be blessed. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. We'll catch you again very soon. Morgan, have hope.
And be free.
Hey guys, as you may have noticed, we get very few brand deals, which is why our patrons, the names you see here, are so important.
You guys really are the lifeblood of this ministry. We could not do this without you all. If you believe in this content and you want to partner with us on Patreon, click the link below or just go to patreon.com/Paulandmorganshow.